YouTube, my name is Nadia and these are my top 20 favourite movies of all time. Now don't get this confused with the top 20 best movies ever made, because that's not what this is. These are just some of my personal favourites. And I probably missed quite a few that I do enjoy, but it's really hard to make a list. So, to kick it off, this is in no particular order by the way, but first up is Kari. Now, Kari has stuck with me since childhood. It's a film that I have always adored. I just love her character. The fictional character is one of my favourite obsessions of all time, which sounds a little bit weird when I say obsession. Rather, I'm fascinated with the character. What goes on with her and her mum, how she gets bullied at school. It's just great, and obviously it was brilliantly written by Stephen King, who is one of my favourite authors. And I would have added pretty much every single one of his adaptations into this video, but it would have just been a Stephen King list, and I didn't want that. So I've just got a couple in here. Second is The Exorcist. I watched this when I was 4. I had a bit of a weird childhood. I watched a lot of horror. My mum liked them, so I kind of just stayed up with her late at night to watch with her. The Exorcist has gave me this weird thing with the devil. So when I watched it when I was a kid, I couldn't sleep at night. I thought if I didn't believe in God enough, then the devil would overtake my body. And even though I don't think to that extreme anymore, I still just get this eerie feeling when any film comes out that's to do with the devil. Funny with The Exorcist, actually, the young girl in it, everyone said I looked like her when I was a kid. So that's kind of weird. I think they were complimenting me, but it's not really a compliment. But at least I know I have a Halloween character to dress up as. I'm not going to speak too much about these films, by the way, because the majority of them, people know what they are. I might talk about a couple of them in depth here and there. But third on my list is The Book Thief. Now, if you haven't seen this film, you need to, because it is so phenomenal. It gives me goosebumps. I just adore it. I've seen it so many times already. So it's about this girl. Her mum kind of gives her away during war times in Germany, and she gets adopted by this man and this woman. And she can't really read or write, and he teaches her to read or write. And I feel like I'm going to spoil it, and I don't want to do that. Basically, It's a war in Germany. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm just going to stop. But you need to watch it. Even just Google the trailer, because it's so good and it's so deserving in my top 20. So fourth in my list will be the Kill Bill movies. I've kept these two together because I can't quite decide my favourite. I'm pretty sure Volume 2 is my favourite, but I'm unsure. So I'm just going to class them as one. It was really difficult choosing my favourite Tarantino movie because they're pretty much all masterpieces. But I went with the Kill Bills. I really enjoy the martial arts in them. I know Tarantino is very big on his martial arts. But these ones were they were quite different to like Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained. Which is why they're in my top 20 list. Because they're so thrilling. They're so good to watch. The action scenes are probably some of my favourite action scenes of all time. Uma Thurman was perfect for the casting choice. And just the whole film was beautifully shot. I recommend them if you haven't seen them, although I'm pretty sure the majority has seen them. But in case you haven't, you need to. So next is my all-time favourite Fincher movie, and this one is Zodiac. I get a little bit of grief sometimes from people when it's not Fight Club, but to be perfectly honest, I'm not huge on Fight Club. I really appreciate the good twist in it. I think it's really well done. The acting is incredible, but the film itself, it bores me a little bit. I'm really sorry. Don't hate me, personal opinion and all. But Zodiac is where it's at for me. I love a thriller. I love murder mysteries. I love true stories. And this one just had everything in it that I really wanted from a film. So if you don't know it, it's based off the Zodiac killer who went on a mass murder spree in the 80s. And there's a detective who works with this comic artist from the newspaper to try and crack the codes of the letters he's leaving to try and hunt him down. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that one as well, because I know what I'm like and I'm going to spoil the ending. So next on my list was my it was my favourite of last year, beginning of this year. I'm a little bit upset that it didn't do very well at the Oscars because it was snubbed. Hot topic. But that's Straight Outta Compton. I grew up listening to NWA. I listened to a lot of rap. Again, my mum listened to it, so it's kind of childhood. And this was just such an incredible movie. Next on my list is, I don't really see this in many people's collections or favourite movies, but it's one for me because we lived in a refuge at one point of my life, and my friend that I met there, she let me borrow this movie and I watched it on repeat over and over again, so it's kind of stuck with me. I love it, and that is August Rush. So if you haven't seen this one, it's based on a boy who's in like a foster home at Freddie Highmore, and he goes on the hunt for his parents, so he runs away, and he's really in tune with music, so he just follows sounds across the city, and it leads him to this boy who's busking, then leads him to this big group of talented children who busk for money. The leader of the group is Robin Williams, who he plays a not so nice character in this film, but he does it so well. And he tries to keep the boy for himself because he's going to earn him quite a bit of money because of his talent. But Freddie Highmore, he tries to get loose. He knows what he's looking for in life. He's trying to hunt for his parents. And if you enjoy music, I highly recommend this one. It's so good. I can't tell you how good it is. The music is really beautiful. It's really well acted. And yeah, I still watch it quite a lot. I haven't gotten bored of it yet, so. Next on my list is my favourite Coen Brothers movie, and that is Fargo. So I love the Coen Brothers. I love pretty much all their movies. But Fargo probably takes the top for me. Next on my list this is possibly my top 3 favourites, and that is Whiplash. So Whiplash is, based on this boy. He loves to drum. He's trying to make it. And, he has obstacles along the way, really harsh people that treat him a bit badly. And he's just working towards a better future for himself. It's Miles Teller, who I love. I love Miles Teller. All my friends know this. But I think I just love music. So I wish I could play the drums like he could. I've tried so many times, but I fail miserably. And if you love drumming, if you love music, if you just love good action, then I recommend this one because it's a phenomenal movie. It really is. And I have it on Steelbook, and it's probably my favourite Steelbook I have. Next is, this one was hard, The Dark Knight Rises. I struggled between The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, but again, for me, I think The Dark Knight Rises just pushes it to the top. I love Tom Hardy. His part was amazing. It was good action. It's one you can go back to quite often. Even though The Dark Knight, I love the Joker's role in that one, I think Rises for me just gives me that little bit more of enjoyment. Now next it's a comedy movie. It's Dumb and Dumber. So, yeah, don't hate me. It's in my top 20. But I watched this one a lot when I was a kid as well. It brings back really good memories for me. It makes me laugh a lot. I watched it with my dad constantly and haven't seen him for a little while. So this one just brings back really good memories for me. And, of course, it's Jim Carrey. It's just really funny. Dumb and Dumber 2, however, it was okay. It was okay. I won't knock it down too harshly. Next on my list is a Pixar. Pixar's my favourite. I studied Pixar in college when I done art and design. So it was really hard to pick a favourite, but I think I'll have to go with Finding Nemo because it's so bubbly, it's so fun, and if I could be an animation character, I would probably be Nemo because he is just so lovely. Everybody should be like Nemo. He's so kind, he's loyal, he wants adventure. He's just everything you want if you could be a fish. So that is in my top 20. Next is another Stephen King adaptation, and it is, of course, The Shining. Everybody knows The Shining, everybody knows the catchphrase, everybody knows how incredible Jack Nicholson is. So this one is obviously in my top 20. Next is Good Will Hunting. This is in my top 20 because I enjoy intellectual movies. I enjoy movies that inspire me to maybe want to learn something new. Might sound a bit silly, but I watch films that make me want to feel more intelligent. So it gives me a little bit of motivation to learn more outside of my comfort zone, if you will. And this one, honestly, Robin Williams' part when he describes love, it's one of the best scenes you could ever want. It's such an incredible movie, and I'm pretty sure everyone has seen it, and it is very deserving in my top 20. Next is A Beautiful Mind. It's another true story. This one is with Russell Crowe, and he plays this kind of schizophrenic guy who sees things, but he's also an incredibly talented mathematician. And again, it's another one of those intellectual ones that makes me want to be smarter, but I fear I'm never going to be quite that smart, which is okay with me. But yeah, this one makes me feel really good. I don't know why, because it's a bit of a downer at points. But if you ever get the chance to see it, if you haven't, I recommend it. Again, I don't want to say too much with this one because I feel like I'll give away the little secret twist, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to end that one there. I'm going to keep these nice and short. Next is a film that came out, I think, around 2013. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm so sorry, but that is Nebraska. So I know they have this in the colour version as well, but I first watched it in black and white, so I prefer it in black and white. And it's about this old man who has a lottery ticket, and he thinks he's won. So he travels with his son through to Nebraska to claim his winnings, and there's just, shenanigans along the way. His wife she's a bit mean, but she's really incredibly funny. She made me laugh quite a lot. It's a really good, warm-hearted film. It's a good bit of adventure, shows family life. And if you do watch it, again, I recommend watching it in black and white because it gives it this really nice, old, warm feeling. Next on my list is another classic from my childhood I watched a lot, and that is The Neverending Story. Man, I love the soundtrack to this movie. Just love it. It's so good. It makes me feel so happy. I sing it all the time. It's one of those kind of songs, actually, I tend to sing to myself when I'm in bed without realising. I don't realise how often I do it, but it is quite often. Like the big white dog thing in it, he's kind of freaky. He freaked me out when I was a kid, but I loved him. I really wanted to give him a cuddle and I wanted to fly on his back. But again, if you haven't seen this one, it's about a boy. He runs into a bookstore, he grabs a book, he takes it to school, and he reads through it, and he's in the story as he's reading it, or he's the narrator, and they can hear. And why am I finding this one so difficult to describe? Basically, it's a never-ending story. Just watch it. There's a really sad part in it with a horse. It made me cry a lot when I was a child. Still gives me the tears. So, yeah, it's sad. Not the whole film, but that part. So I'd watch that one as well if you haven't. Next is just a classic to everybody, and that is Ghostbusters. I know there's a bit of conflict recently with the new one in cinema, and I watched it and I absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed it. I think mainly because I really enjoy the cast. I'm a big Melissa McCarthy fan, love Kristen Wiig, and the other two ladies, Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones, correct me if I'm wrong again. I just think they've done a really good job. And obviously the original plan was for the original Ghostbusters to hand it over to the girls, and they could no longer do that because of, his passing, R.I.P. So instead they just had little cameos in it, which I thought worked really well. And it was really quite funny. It was good. Obviously not an original story 'cause it's based off of, the original, but in terms of a new comedy, it was really good. And I'm talking too much about the new one. That one's not in my top 20. It's the original. But the original, it gives me goosebumps. It's such a good feeling when the tune comes on at the beginning and the lady's running through the library. My hair stands up, and it's such a feel-good film and a classic, and it will always be a classic. Next on my list is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger creeped me the hell out when I was a child. He really scared me, but I couldn't stop watching the films. I just couldn't stop. Really terrified me when I would go to bed at night time. I just could not sleep because of course, you just think he's going to get inside your head and brutally murder you. So maybe it wasn't a good choice to watch it when I was a kid, but like I said, I was a bit of a horror fan. I couldn't pull myself away from them, even if they scared the life out of me. So this one is in my top 20, merely for the fact that it is an incredible film, and it's one film that genuinely rattled me when I was a kid. Really scared me. And next on my list is Dawn of the Dead, the original. I love zombies. Anything with zombies I will probably love. I just love seeing people being brutally murdered. I mean, what can I say? I'm a bit sick. But just to see the gore and everything rip out of their necks and be shot in the head and brutally killed, that is for me. I love gore. I love brutal murders. So what can I say? This one has to be in the top 20. The remake, actually, I really enjoyed. I liked the remake. I watched that when I was quite young as well, when it first came out. And I think it was a really good remake. Let me know your opinions on it. And last on my top 20 is Halloween. Of course, another classic, another one I watched a lot when I was a kid. I'm a little bit sad I didn't put Friday the 13th in my top 20. Actually, I've only just realised that there's no Friday the 13th in here. Anyway, Halloween is deserving in my top 20. Everybody knows it. Hopefully everybody's seen them. If you haven't, watch them. They're amazing. And now for my honourable mentions. These are films I really wanted to put in my top 20, or just ones that I think I enjoy and will enjoy for a long, long time. So just whiz through them. That is Silver Linings Playbook. Read the book if you haven't. It's pretty cool. The Iron Giant, childhood classic for me. So good. I love it. The Mist, another Stephen King. That ending. Everybody knows what I'm talking about if you've seen it. Stephen King. Next is Mighty Joe Young, childhood classic again. I love it. I say I love it a lot. I need to stop that. Next is Children of the Corn. Again, another Stephen King. Watch this one all the time with my sister. We quite literally watch this consecutively, week after week. So many times. I don't know why, but I just adore it. It's so good. Creepy children, watch it. It's awesome. Next on my list is Spotlight. Obviously done really well at the Oscars, and it was incredible. It was so emotional. I just couldn't hold in my tears. If you haven't seen this one again, I recommend checking it out. But if you don't like crying, you don't like emotion, maybe it's not for you. But I personally think it was incredible. Really good. Next is Superbad. Probably one of my favourite comedies of all time. It's just hilarious. I love Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, James Franco, Seth Rogen, the gang. I find them all so funny, so most of their comedies I enjoy. Next is Prisoners. Incredible film. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's underrated. Deserves to be not underrated. And last is Guardians of the Galaxy, for obvious reasons. It's so visually beautiful. And Chris Pratt done amazing. Yeah. that is the end of this video. Sorry if I babbled a little bit, sorry if I didn't talk enough. I'm not quite sure what people want yet because I'm quite new to YouTube, but hopefully my videos will get better as time goes on. Hopefully my reviews get better. Hopefully I feel more confident in front of the camera. But for now, this is the best it's gonna get. But thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what your favourite movies are, if you disagree with any of my movies. Again, like I said, this isn't the best movies ever made. These are my personal favourites. So again, thanks, like, sub, and see you in the next video. Bye.